Let's talk about the Glenbrook descent. It's got sandstone, it's got commuters, it's got tourists, and it's the western gateway to the Sydney Basin. Let's drop back a gear and see what you need to do to get down safe. Located on the Great Western Highway between Blaxland and Penrith and around 45 minutes west of Sydney, the Glenbrook descent is the key connection from the Blue Mountains down into the Sydney Basin. Guiding us down the hill today is Max from High Tech. They're a well-recognised player in the concrete game, and Max's run sees him taking aggregate from quarries west of Lithgow over the Blue Mountains to feed batching plants across Sydney. Max is driving a 20-metre PBS truck and dog. He's got a 600 horsepower Max Superliner and a 5-axle dog, sitting up at about 63 tonnes. Alright Max, over to you.
G'day, Max here. The Glenbrook descent starts about a kilometre after the main Glenbrook township, just near the RAAF Glenbrook. It then finishes at the Russell Street off-ramps as you head down onto the Emu Plains. This gives you an overall length of 2.6 kilometres and you'll descend 154 metres. This works out an average grade of 5.8%. However, there's a 400 metre stretch from the access road into the Knapsack Viaduct through to just after the railway bridge. That's steeper. It's up around 9.4%. You approach the descent over the Blue Mountains, eastbound on the Great Western Highway. You're getting close when you get to the Glenbrook village centre. This puts you about a kilometre before the hill itself. Just after these lights, there's some nice bays on the left-hand side to pull over and take a break. There is another bay right at the top of the descent, but these ones have better facilities and more space available. Half a kilometre after those stopping bays, you'll get to the start of the truck and bus speed limit, 60 kilometres an hour, and also the start of trucks and buses must use left lane zone. Both of these continue until the bottom of the descent. You'll then come into a long right-hand sweeper. This is your sign to start getting it down to your chosen gear and speed. It also has the final stopping bay that we mentioned earlier. From here, the road starts to drop away and you'll pass RAAF Glenbrook on the left-hand side. There's often traffic trying to dive across this intersection, so keep your eyes open. In my Mac with its 12-speed M-Drive automated gearbox, I slow it down. So I go off the top in 8th gear at about 45 kilometres an hour. Immediately after the RAAF Glenbrook turn off on your left, there's also a bus stop. So keep an eye out for buses coming in or out of that stop, which is mostly problem in the early half of the day. From here, you're really into the descent itself. You've got two left-hand sweepers in a row. First, pretty long and open. However, the second is a bit tighter and gets a 55 km/h advisory sign. So take care there, particularly in wet weather. Obviously, if you're loaded, you shouldn't be doing anywhere near 55 there. Anyway, after that second left-hander, it straightens up and you've got merging lane coming from Lapston on the left-hand side. So keep an eye on your mirrors and watch out for cars coming out of there. The grade level's off a little bit here and I take the opportunity to ease off a little and go back down a gear. So back from 8th to 7th because it steepens up shortly. This is signalled by the Knapsack Causeway access road that you'll see on the left-hand side and it's steeper there, up at 9 to 9.6% range until a little bit after the railway overpass. Once you're at the other side of that bridge, the grade does then start to gently ease up, but don't be in a hurry to go too early. The 60 km/h truck and bus speed limit is still in effect, so don't get caught out. That speed zone, along with the trucks and buses must use left lane zone, ends just before Russell Street off-ramp. It takes you into the Emu Plains. Otherwise, you can stay on the highway to head over Nepean River on the Penrith Valley Bridge, which will take you into Penrith and ultimately through to Sydney. So if that's the Glenbrook descent, what else do we need to consider? The first is the traffic. If we're honest, this isn't the toughest descent out there on the road. Heck, it might not even be the toughest part of getting safely across the mountains. The reason it is important is that we keep our brakes cool in case other traffic means we suddenly need them. Whether that's cars merging across the intersections at the top of the descent or hitting bank traffic down at the bottom. Secondly, we need to be aware of at times random behaviour of other road users. Keep an eye out on that merging lane coming up out of Lapston and just general merging behaviour. Don't be part of someone else's accident. Finally, the weather. We got blessed with just a stunning spring morning, but this part of the world can have some epic pea soup fog. So slow down not only to the conditions, but slow down to account for the behaviour of other people who might not be driving to the conditions. Again, don't be part of someone else's crash. Anyway, thanks for listening. Stay safe. Have a great day.